Why staying single is best in 2024? Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now. Uh, yeah. It's your boy JD, live and direct to you. You know what it is. Come on and join in. Ha. What up? It's your boy JB coming at you live and direct, and you know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. Man, y'all get down in the description. All that contact stuff is below. We gonna jump right into this thing right now. Why being single is best in 2024. Y'all see the hometown hookup edition on your screen. TLC, let them know what you're smoking on and what you're drinking on tonight, brother.
Going on, JB and Rhonda, boy TLC.
Hey.
Tonight I'm doing the Romeo and Julieta. This is the reserve stick.
Oh, okay. All right.
And just pairing with a red wine. This is Sierra Fiona Black.
I like you getting stuff you can't pronounce.
There you go.
Sarah Fiore. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay,
Black.
cool. All right. I like the stick though. I meant to get me a box of those. They've been on back order down here. So appreciate you being on. Y'all know how it is, man. We're gonna get through these intros. We know what y'all want. That's enough for him. He feeling better today, y'all. So we can go back to treating the way we were. In the country, when you sick, we try to act like we love you a little bit. But he back to normal guy. He a little congested, but he back in the game. Appreciate you being on TLC. Rhonda, let him know what you're sipping on.
Hey, thank you for having me back, JB. What's up, TLC? Tonight I'm sipping on my little Crown Jack Daniel apple. I'm thinking about Crown. So I put it in my smoke something, drink something mug. And so I got it mixed with ginger beer.
Nice.
And my you know who it is water. Get your merch.
Yeah,
back to you, JB.
See, you know what? That's exactly why she get what she get. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see how thoughtful it is, guys? Y'all see how thoughtful that is? Like, I gotta see, that's what you do. Made a plug for the merch and everything. Plug for the merch. Jack Apple in the mug. Doing better than me over here. TLC. You could at least put yours in, smoke something, drink something, paraphernalia. Yeah.
You don't have a wine glass.
Yeah, no, and I don't need it either. I don't need it. Cause I'll see you one wine glass like Amazon did. I ain't gonna sing you full. See, y'all trying to be disciplined. Y'all know I'm quick. I'm gonna be quick tonight. Smoking my Enclave again. Almost finished with that box. Of course, I got my 4 roses. The bottle over here. For y'all haters, we almost threw that bottle. Just to let y'all know.
You said that last week.
No, hey, I've been busy on it. Coming up with content. So y'all know how it is, brother. Y'all know how it is. So one of the things y'all gonna find, if you was with us last week, TLC made a profound statement. I'm single because I do things that make sense. And instead of saying sticking a pin in, I'm single because it makes sense. This man that made a shirt.
TLC, I need one.
This man that made a shirt.
One.
It's a hoodie.
It's TLC that made a shirt. Hold on, TLC.
I can hide from all my haters.
I need one.
TLC, hold on. Show that shirt again, y'all. That ain't available in the description.
Yeah.
I'm single because I make sense. I like that, TLC. Lord. I don't know where y'all gonna have to get with TLC. Get the merch. Rhonda and TLC. They
my people work with your people.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, okay. I like that. I'm single because I make sense, guys. Yeah. That might be this man actually had to have that made within the last 5 days. Because we just came up with this podcast. I'm about to be a proud.
Let me go to Michael's and make me a hoodie. I'm about to go to Michael's.
TLC, that might have been the most boss move. That might be the most boss move we've had on the podcast since this thing started. That might be the most boss move. Bro, that's pretty hot. Y'all got to understand, Rhonda and TLC's IG is down in the description. So we ain't going to go through all that long as the hometown hookup edition. We're going to jump right into this thing. The TLC made this statement last week. I'm single because I do things that make sense. And that thing was profound. Normally, when I first started doing this podcast, I would say stick a pin in that or we going to come back around to it and never got back around to it. But that one hit so profound because A lot of y'all get down a lot of y'all get in my comments or either text me talking about, well, what do Rhonda and TLC know about relationships? They single. And my point back to everybody is they know everything because all the people in relationships calling them. So asking them for advice. And they get tired of hearing from y'all. So maybe, and here's the funny thing, guys, before we get into this topic, I got to say this. This is for entertainment purposes only. While we're saying single, by being single may be best in 2024, that doesn't mean go get divorced. If you married, this is a different podcast. This ain't saying get divorced. We're talking to the people who are single. And for y'all married people, we're going to give y'all some stuff to help encourage the single people to stay single. Stop telling people to get married if you call it around and talk about how bad marriage is. All right? Let's get into that. Let's get into this thing, TLC. Clearly, you done got the shirt. When you got the topic, tell me what you was thinking. Let's get you started first.
That's as much thought as I really put into it was getting swell. After that, I kind of conked out. But no, I was thinking about it. Like, where am I going to go with this one this week? I'm sitting at home, got some music playing, and in the background it's the Commodores. You know, Lionel Richie. The song is "Sail On." If you ever heard the song, there's a song about people actually breaking up. But it inspired me, just the thought about sailing itself. And I said, you know what? People should be single? Why you should stay single?
Why you should stay single in 2024?
In 2024.
Now, TLC, come back in the screen a little bit. Come back in the screen a little bit. There you go.
I said, the song kind of inspired me to think in the opposite direction. I don't think you should have to stay single in 2024. As I'm listening to this song, because I'm thinking about the sailboat, sailing on. And I said, when you have a sail on a boat, the sail itself is what harnesses the energy, the sail itself. So I looked at it like if you're in a relationship and the relationship is a sailboat, then you have two options. Option one is that you meet somebody and that person you meet is an extra sail and they're going to add to the energy. They're going to help harness that wind for you and help push you along. But the other option is that the person you meet is an anchor and they're going to help drag you down. So I said in 2024, there's only two reasons really why you wouldn't at least consider dating somebody. And that's either A, you think you've already assumed that the person you're going to meet is going to be an anchor and drag you down. Or either B, you think that you're the anchor and when you meet somebody, you're going to drag them down. Other than that, there's no reason to not at least consider dating somebody in 2024.
Look, now see,
That's
y'all, it's the whole point. I come out, I give this man props, tell him he the reason for the title. And now he come out and he got the hoodie on, and he flipped it. And it didn't make no sense. Y'all see what happens? You give people props. And then they come out and say some mess like that they thought were profound when they figured out their show notes. And I don't know what he just said. Now he talking about sailboats. And he literally just said, I'm single because what I do makes sense. Now ain't none of y'all like a sailboat.
But I said you should consider settling down. If A, you think you're going to meet somebody that's going to be another sail to your boat and add more energy to your life, then yeah, you should settle down. But if you think you're going to meet somebody and they're going to be an anchor, then there's no reason to settle down with that person. But you shouldn't just go into a relationship or have the mindset that when I meet somebody, I'm already going to assume they're going to drag me down. Like, I don't think that's the right mindset to have in 2024.
Yes, it is. TLC, now stay in the screen. Now stay in the screen.
I'm not in the screen.
Well, you keep drifting out, and I want people to make sure they see your whole face.
I keep trying to walk away.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Just stay in that screen. Now, Ronnie, you heard that soliloquy by TLC. Now he don't know. A lot of people with sailboats don't even go sail. They just stay in the bay and they moor up, or they do one of the bay moorings, and they just sitting out there living on the boat. The boat never sails. So if I'm meeting somebody that's an anchor, if my boat ain't moving no more and I'm just out there so I don't pay taxes. See, I live down here in Florida. There are a lot of people who live on the boat that the boat don't go nowhere. So, but I get what you're saying, TLC. I ain't gonna take your argument and make it mine. I ain't gonna do that like I would normally do. But I get what you're trying to say. Rhonda, when you got the topic and tie it, and I know you just heard all that stuff that TLC said, but give us what you were gonna say before he said all that.
I did forget a little bit of my stuff once he started. However, I also did not measure my crown. I mean, my jet when I put in my cup either. So there's that. But no, my initial thoughts were that the reason why it makes sense being single in 2024 is if you have not healed from your old hurts and baggage of past relationships. So if you haven't grown in a certain spot in your life and gonna bring something into the relationship that person hadn't done yet or may do or you think they may do, then yeah, stay single, get healed, probably cancel some of your other uh friends who may be having trouble in their marriages. Talk to them about stuff. But don't you take your broken self to someone and try to be in a relationship for 2024. Um, it shouldn't work out. I'm not gonna say like, oh yes, have hope. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop
Okay.
leaving little pieces of yourself all over the place.
How y'all know a rat in your house? You never see the
Lord.
rat, you just see the droppings, right?
Oh
That's
Lord.
how it works. Rhonda just said, don't be leaving your droppings everywhere in 2024 TLC. Rhonda, I appreciate that perspective. I can tell y'all when I heard the topic, and one of the things I just want to reiterate is make sure that you're maximizing your single days. That's all I tell people. You may not stay single forever, but are you maximizing yourself? Right?
Mm.
Are you maximizing yourself? Right? And if you're not maximizing yourself for 2024, you're gonna connect with somebody who's not maximizing themselves either. And one of the things that we fall short of, we've been told that opposites attract. But in 2024, if you a failure, you're gonna attract other failures. It's a 2024 and already been turned upside down. Right? Cat Williams has set everybody back in 2024. No luck. The reason why I'm telling you to stay single, because Cat Williams got everybody checking receipts more than they already were.
Mm.
So you may as well just focus on you, because at the end of the day, what he did in 2024 and people getting called out, we talked about 2024 being the year of exposure, right? I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all, how do you know you should stay single? I had to learn this. I had somebody tell me this. How do you know you should stay single? If you're on FaceTime or a video call, okay, and you looking at yourself the whole time, you probably need to stay single. So you know when you on FaceTime or the video call, you looking at yourself like TLC, right? Like that's
I was wondering what he was doing.
right. And what I'm telling you guys is, if you know what I'm talking about, if you talking to somebody on FaceTime or a video call, you keep looking at yourself. You can't look at the other person.
So you the bigger picture and they the little square.
Or you can do it either way. You can do it either way, right?
Oh, okay.
So one of the things that's happening, if you're in a relationship and you still looking down at yourself in that corner picture, the person you in a relationship with, oh, you can't even look at me. What's got you distracted, right? So one of the things you guys are going to find is being single is a science, just like being in a relationship is a science. Okay, so you still got to approach it that way. Rhonda, I like what you said about the fact of heal yourself. So when we talk about being single in 2024, I like that dynamic that you said. Start the healing process and that kind of thing, because you're not single necessarily because you're broken. You're single because you're more methodical. And methodical don't work in relationships. In relationship, we just trying not to kill each other.
Mm.
And if you don't kill each other, that's a good day. If you don't argue, that's a good day. And when you're in a relationship, TLC, you're gonna love this. TLC, if you're in a relationship now, and y'all can make it through a day without arguing, that's a hell of a day. Because if you do the next day, all hell gonna break loose. Now, TLC, jump back in there after you hear what Rhonda said. We're gonna get away from the sailboat real fast, because I know you thought that was good, but let's get what
I
Rhonda
just
said.
disagree. I feel like, it's nothing wrong with working on yourself. You should always be working on yourself. But again, you should always be working on yourself. So even when you meet somebody and you settle down, you should still be working on yourself. So there's no reason why you should say, well, I'm gonna be single because I want to work on myself. You can still meet somebody and work on yourself. You should be working on yourself. They should be working on yourself, on their self, and you should both be working on yourselves together. So, when is it a good time to make a move and do something? You can
Never.
always put off, yeah, you can always put off a decision, but even when you go back to the Cat Williams interview, it happened this year. That part is correct. But the stuff that he was talking about happened years ago. It was in the past. He just happened to bring it up this year.
Yeah.
So you never
Yeah.
know when things are going to pop up and when things are going to occur. You shouldn't let that stop you from meeting a person or giving love a
But
chance or shooting your shot. Go
hold
ahead and
on,
do it. Like,
hold on now, hold on now.
Oh,
Don't talk about
TLC.
giving love a shot. Now, we ain't talking
Yeah.
about bringing that in. We talking. You said giving love a
it's
shot. See,
we're going
Yeah.
into Valentine's Day
no,
here.
no, no. For
I'm
Valentine's,
I'm segmenting
Val-
to the next
Valentine's,
podcast.
Valentine's, guys. See, TSP said getting love a shot. See, that's what happened. Y'all going in looking for love instead of going in looking for advancement, and that's a big difference, right?
It don't sound
Because
as good. It don't,
you just said
give
it with the
advancement
sailboat.
a shot.
You
Give
said
advancement a shot.
TNC, give advancement a shot. You just said it with the sailboat. I'm just cleaning up your lame argument in the beginning.
Oh my God. All
If
right,
I'm gonna
fellas.
if I'm gonna get
To
another
y'all
sail,
corners.
if I'm gonna get another person with a sail, that's gonna advance the boat. If I get somebody that's an anchor, it's gonna make sure the boat doesn't go anywhere, right? You
Oh,
just said it.
I thought you didn't get the beginning argument.
So
Okay.
as the
I
moderator,
thought it makes sense.
I got to
Oh
clean it
my
up.
God.
That's what my job is. But I want to get in there before I let Rhonda come in there because I want to make sure y'all give these listeners, because I think the smartest thing that has happened for y'all is that y'all have remained single, because one of the things that's happening, I saw an Instagram reel where it said these married men the most single men out here,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
Where's the
Right?
lie?
Right? That's what this reel said.
Where's the lie?
Right? Ain't nobody out here single like a married man or something like that it said. But then you got to flip it. Ain't nobody out here single like a married woman. And I think the reason why you got to stay single is I want you to jump in here, Ron, and think about this. If you spend more than 8 hours of your day on social media, you need to be single.
Mm.
You can't be in a relationship. If you spend more than 8 hours of your day on social media, you need to be single. And what do I mean by that? I want to clarify this, Ron, before you jump in. Looking at other people and what you don't have. Okay? If you spending more than 8 hours looking at other people and what you don't have, you need to stay single. Okay? And I want Rhonda to jump in there and TLC to jump in there once I kind of and tell me what y'all think about that as far as the social media component and how much time are you spending on that? Because if you're spending a lot of time on that, you know you're not going to be able to spend that amount of time. And that what goes into your ear gate and your eye gate is what's going to come out of your mouth and what's going to determine your mindset. Jump in there, Ron, and let me know what you think about that.
Well, social media always plays a role now, right? That's our lives now. Social media is always going to be, in some form of fashion, a part of what goes on. But I do believe there's a difference when someone is intentional about being in a relationship or even remaining single, and then somebody who feels like I got to do it because that's what everybody else is doing. I think those are two totally different things. I think if you could make it to where you are in a space where you're only gonna bring a little bit of toxicity to the relationship, because
Just
there's
a
a
tad.
difference.
Just a tad.
Let's
Little toxicity,
keep it a
little
little edgy,
dysfunction.
right? Keep it a little edgy, or like what I'm saying, because there is, like, you got to have some spice in your life sometimes, like with your relationship and stuff. But I think if you're doing it just so things could look a certain way, anytime you're doing something and it's just for show, it should never work out. You should get exposed for everything
Yeah.
that you put out there. And so, yeah, love sounds nice, but what's love got to do with it? Y'all know I say that all the doggone time,
And
right?
guess
Like
what, guys?
it has
And
to
let's
have a
be honest,
purpose.
Ron. We never got taught it from a relationship standpoint. We got taught it from an emotional standpoint. And now when that thrill is gone, now you're just trying to stay alive.
Heart
You're
broke, you balled up in the bed in the fetal
yeah.
position, don't know what you're gonna do next.
Yeah. And guess what? Listen, and we're gonna do this down the road, guys.
if you find yourself listening to R&B, things ain't going well. Cause right now, don't nobody want to hear R&B. They just want to hear hip hop now.
That's not true. That is
Okay,
not true.
TLC, anybody who listening to R&B right now going through something. If you, because when you
I
get,
wouldn't say that.
okay, go put on right now. People who are happy, and go put on any type of R&B song and watch they tell you cut that off. You ain't got no other music.
Oh, they
It
gonna
used to
want
be
that Drake. They gonna want
they
that
would
Drake.
they want that
Red.
Drake. They want that. They want all that TLC. Like, dude, they like, man, cut that. It's the people now. People want that hip hop. They want that trap music. They want that drill music. All you got girls crying because Yo Gotti's brother got killed. What? How is more girls crying?
That
Because
was
they a
sad.
fan of Yo Gotti, right? I
sad.
never would. It used to be you expected rappers to get killed. Now it's the R&B guy that you don't care about dying or not, right? And that's
out here living.
They still out here living because guess what? Ain't no pressure on them. They can just keep singing what they were always singing. R&B songs never get old. But now you guys got to understand the reason why I brought up the social media thing. If you're comparing yourself to other relationships out there, if you're out there looking for activities you want to do, if you're out there looking for things that are going to enrich you and somebody you want to join, like TLC said, if I'm looking at people who go to Dubai all the time, all right, I want to meet somebody who want to go to Dubai. But if you don't go to Dubai, don't make you a bad person. But if you single and both of y'all are going to get together, you better know some stuff about Dubai. Because all that's going to happen when we're going to Dubai. When we going to Dubai. When we going to Dubai. When we going to Dubai. Girl, I got us a ticket to South Beach. Okay, we going to leave from there to go to Dubai? Right? Go ahead, TLC, jump in there.
I was going to say 8 hours of social media is a long time. Even if it's not 8 hours, like you spend a large part of your day on social media. I mean, that's kind of like a fantasy world. It's just like playing video games. You're just trying to escape reality, your real world. So I don't think that's healthy, whether you're in a relationship or looking for a relationship.
Okay.
That's a lot of time to be on social media. Like, it makes me wonder what you're doing outside. If you're spending 8 hours a day on social media, what are you doing when you're not on social media? Like,
TLC, why do you think they got to block it at your job on the company computer? Why do you think the Wi-Fi make it so you can't go on it? Because where do most people spend time on social media at?
At work.
At work. Now you got people actually going on a lunch break so they can go check social media. You got people buying VPNs. You got people buying separate. You got VPNs out there so they can go around the firewall so they can still see their social media. And guys, I'm a fan of social media. I think it has its place. But if you are on social media all the time, you need to stay single. If you can't break it and you ain't already in a relationship, you need to stay single. And one of the things you're gonna find is we're talking about why staying single may be best in 2024. One of the things you want to do in 2024 is get more balance in that area. See, TLC, you're saying 8 hours is not a lot, but
no,
right
I
now
said it is a lot.
No, he
8
said it
hours
is
is a lot.
Yeah.
that's
See,
a lot.
I'm telling you, I don't think 8 hours is a lot. When people wake up, they get their phone. What's the first thing they do? Check social media. Sitting in traffic, what they doing? Play words with friends.
That's what I do.
But even still, you're on that phone, right? The number one thing that's happening is what are you consuming that's advancing you? Because at the end of the day, guys, when two eagles meet, they do this. Okay? When two eagles meet, they go up.
Really tall.
Seriously, Google it, bruh. See, you out here clucking with the chickens. You wouldn't know that metaphor. You down here clucking with them chickens. Go on.
When two hands meet, you get an egg.
TLC ready to go to Bojangles now. But my point to you guys is what we're talking about is if you're single, just know, and I want to get this out there. If you're single, just know you're the blessed one. Oftentimes the single person get told that something's wrong with them. No. You're the blessed one because you're still in control of what you have going on. You can make any move you want to without having to worry about anybody. Okay? The number one thing is right now in a relationship, y'all have seen the joke, right? I don't have to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun you. Okay? And one of the things that's how it feels oftentimes when you're in a relationship is that you always got to make moves with the other person in mind And now you can't run as fast as you want to run, and they can't run as fast as they want to run because they got to work around you. Okay? They got to work around you. So now when somebody starts to attack you, if that other person can't run as fast, the bear know you got to come back and get the slowest person. The bear know you got to go get the person who's not advancing because you got into a relationship and now you're carrying that person or that person's carrying you. But they know when you're not on the same page with stuff is what I'm saying, TLC. So I want to get y'all thoughts on the fact that, right, one of the things the scripture says, how can two walk together unless they agree? How can two walk together unless they agree? This person is somebody you're choosing to walk with. How are you walking with somebody and you don't agree? Because that's going to make the walk.
Gotta make sense.
Go ahead, TLC.
It's gotta make sense. It's gotta make sense. I mean, it's easy to get along with a person when you're in agreement with them. And I think even if you may not be in agreement with it, if you can work with the person and you can get to a place where you both feel comfortable, maybe not from the start you might not agree with them, but you have the same thought process, I would say, then it can still work out. But I mean, if you two are just night and day on two completely ends of the spectrum, then maybe you should stay single and let them go do their thing and you do your thing. But
Well,
yeah,
you do
I
have
think
to
you could.
choose people. You do have to choose that person every single day. I feel like you literally have to wake up, look at them, whether they next to you or they down the hall in the other room, and say, I want to be with this person. I choose this person every single day. And still have those moments of, why are you even breathing right now? But I still choose this person every single day. And so I think that's why I'm looking at probably some of the benefits of being married. I don't know of any other than making sure somebody's gonna be there when you die or something, but there must be benefits to it other than staying single. Because people do think like, well, why you still single, or why you're not married, and then the dreaded question, why you don't have any kids, and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, y'all want me to check all these boxes, and y'all looking like y'all blood pressure through the roof. But let me sign up for that.
Well, full disclosure, my blood pressure is there. Let me stop. Good. But it's so funny, Ronnie, it's so funny that you're saying that. When I talked about how can two walk together unless they agree, one of the things you need to stay single for too, and the reason why I'm tying this in, guys, if you take the physical out, right? Take the physical out, and then does the decision stay the same? I saw a reel today. I saw a reel today that said black people comedy, black people saying are just the opposite of white people saying, right? White people say, man, that's smooth. Black people say, man, that's rough, right? And it's just like you saying the same thing. You saying the same thing, right? And so I was watching that reel, and then it had me make sense because we saying the same thing, but it ain't coming out the same. So one of the things I want to tell people is, now that you take the physical out, can we understand each other? Can we still grow? When the cell get a hole in it, what do we do? Right? So now, TLC, the biggest thing why people need to stay single is, if the physical is the most thing that matters to you, man, she got to be tight. Oh, he got to be 6'6". Right? All that stuff. What happens beyond that? Because what social media has turned all of us into are 100% visual decision makers. We see something on social media, we don't need to know none of the details.
Yeah.
There's nothing outside of visual that's going into the decision process. So now I got to take this person. We did not know anything that was happening with these comedians because all we saw with them was visual. Cat Williams brought us into the details. And there's a cliche that says the devil is in the details. And so once you find out these details and you take the physical away, would you still want to be with this person? What do you think, Rhonda, when you hear this?
I think in this day and age, 9 times out of 10, you don't want to be with a person. I think that's why it's so easy for people to get catfished online, right? Because somebody's projecting this idea of a person, and it's very appealing. But then when you meet them, you just like, whoa, this is not even who I signed up for. I started watching a show the other day called Prison Brides.
Ain't that every bride?
But these women, literally Romania, like all these different places, and they're coming to marry somebody that's in an American prison or wherever they may be. And I only saw one episode, but I was like, oh, I may need to watch this for podcast material purposes.
Yes. Now you got to get a shirt. And you got to get a shirt made that says, "I want to be a prison bride."
Hell no, but that's a whole nother story.
TLC to set the tone there. If you come up with a topic, you can get a shirt.
Hell no.
Come up with a topic. If I see prison bride.
Yeah, and so, but it was just so interesting, like they literally were saying how it's more intimate because they haven't been together physically. Yes, they know what each other look like. But when they finally get with each other, it's not, of course, the prisoner, he still wants, like, again, what a man wants. And the woman though was like, no, I still want to save myself. No, girl, get checked out. Make sure he get checked out first before you do all of that. But it is interesting how stuff starts up here. Everything starts up here, and then it can trickle down. I know for a lot of women, but it's like that was just so interesting that they were willing to just drop everything in their home country to come over to somebody that probably was serving a 50-year sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they were just getting out or had a few more years of just getting out. And just the idea of what people think love is and intimacy is and all the things. And so it's just, everything is your perspective and your experiences, but it just doesn't make sense.
Right? It doesn't make sense because TLC, I'm gonna let you jump in there. If you are operating in the physical, you need to put that away for 2024. Don't make decisions based on physical because the receipt's gonna come out, and that physical ain't gonna be enough to keep y'all together. Okay, you make sure you're asking some probing questions to this person to see what they're working toward, and if they ain't working toward anything, can they fit what you're working toward, or are they gonna stop you from working toward it? So think about what Rhonda just said: a prison bride. Women want to be with a guy so bad physically, they'll just get with a prisoner. Okay? Well, why? Because now they know that man is where that man gonna be. See, you need to let your man or your woman fly free. DMX said it. Let a dog roam and he'll find his way home. That's the same thing with the woman. Y'all gotta understand, right? If you leave your door open, that dog gonna run out of there. Don't go chasing. You chasing, he gonna run your ass across the field. Cause he think you playing. But if you just leave the door open and sit back, he'll come home. She'll come home. Okay? So we got to start understanding, guys. Stay single in 2024 if you are you trying to get with somebody as fit with physical being the number one priority. Because I think that's where a lot of the struggle is. Social media, the reason I brought up social media is that you're not allowing your body and your mind to process anything non-physical. And that is a big struggle for people. Cause man, you see that chick, you see what such and such just posted. Man, how they had that on? Ain't nobody reading the caption no more on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Don't nobody read the caption. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Because the caption is telling you how you should perceive this. And I want y'all to understand, stay single if you don't read captions. Because the caption is required, TLC. The caption is the person telling you they're gonna rob your credit. They telling you what they're gonna do to you, right? They telling you in the caption what they're gonna do. TLC, when you hear that, what you thinking?
Well, I was gonna go back to the prison thing. I think sometimes people look at relationships.
TLC about to go get locked up.
No, sometimes people look at relationships internally, like, okay, it's just the two of us. We got to work things out. But I think sometimes people are affected by external factors. They're like, oh, I go with this guy in prison because people around them are intrigued by that, and that's what kind of makes them interested in that person. The fact that other people are intriguing their relationship. And I kind of wonder, like, once that guy gets out of prison, I wonder how that changes the dynamic of the relationship.
Divorce.
That's what I was thinking.
DIVORCE.
They're no longer together. That external factor isn't there. They probably end up breaking up after that.
Especially if he's developed inside relationships at the prison. Because what you got to look at too, guys, is the rate of recidivism. Okay, he more than likely gonna want to come. He more than likely gonna go back if you don't have him in a position where he's gonna have a job and all that stuff, waiting on him to come out. Okay, so y'all know I'm going here, Rhonda, and I want you to start with this. All right, 10 reasons being single can be an excellent option. Can all y'all see that? TLC, look at number 7. This was gonna go on your next shirt. Look at number 7. He put that in the title.
Oh, I need a shirt like that.
I can see whoever I want.
TLC. All right, guys. Hey, guys, that's the message when you're single. Because if you in a relationship and say that, it ain't gonna work like that. What he didn't put in the quotation marks was a slap that's gonna happen next. That's what he didn't put in quotation marks. It was 2 hits. She hit you and you hit the floor. Right? So key points, guys. About 1/3 of adults are single, some by choice and some involuntary so. Being single affords people time and energy they may not have otherwise. Singlehood allows people to control how they live their lives. Singlehood can protect people from the problems and pains of being in a relationship. Let's get into this thing. We're going to go down to number 1. Y'all know I ain't going to read all that because I want to. Right? Singlehood is common and diverse. Don't think something wrong with you because you're single.
Absolutely.
Okay? Singlehood offers important life benefits. Y'all ever notice something, right? If you single and you work at a company, y'all know the company oftentimes will say if you single, your benefits are free. Your benefits are included, your health benefits. But what happened when you get married and have kids? Now you got to pay for them. Checked and got cut up. Checked and got cut up, TLC. The single person is free. Why? Because single people have fewer health issues, which is why it's cheaper just for the single person. But once you start getting family and kids, all of a sudden insurance goes up because there's more risk. There's more stress. There's all of that stuff, right? So I want to go there real fast. Singlehood offers more life benefits. Number 1, I have more time and I can use it the way I want. Okay. This was the most strongly endorsed advantage of being single. Maintaining a romantic relationship is a major time investment. Yeah. Singlehood allows people the chance to use their time as they wish and to pursue their own interests with flexibility. Now, TLC, I got to say this because I don't think I see you doing stand-up comedy the way you've been pursuing it if you weren't single. Do you think you could pursue stand-up comedy if you were with somebody as soon as you got home? Man, that was lame that you got up there. Didn't nobody even laugh at that joke? Because you know the person that...
I think it would just because I don't do it. It's not like every night, a week I'm at a comedy club. I mean, for me to do it once a week, once every 2 weeks, yeah, you carve out time for that. I mean,
yeah.
I don't
number 2 says I can focus. People want to improve themselves, making a chance to focus a popular benefit of being single, right? For some people, singlehood is desirable because it supports the focus they need to pursue important goals. So TLC, let me tell y'all something about being single. TLC can go make that shirt up and it ain't going to offend nobody. Now, if you're in a relationship and go get that shirt, go get the opposite of that shirt. If you're in a relationship, go put up there and say, I'm married or I'm engaged because it makes sense. And see how many people say, man, ain't nobody going to ask you where you get that shirt from. But TLC says, TLC people going to say, where can I get that shirt? See, I got to see y'all. Think about that, guys. If you saw somebody say, I'm married because I make sense, who's asking to buy that shirt? Nobody. People gonna say, man, what's wrong with that guy? Right? When you in a relationship, you wearing the I'm with her and I'm with him, and it's an arrow pointing at y'all. And y'all can't even change sides on where you walk.
Right.
Right, TLC? Them the shirts we gotta buy if you're in a relationship. Number 3. I'm in charge of me.
Yes, Lord.
What does this tell y'all? If you are in a relationship, you are no longer in charge of yourself. So make sure you know what you're getting into, guys, because this thing requires you always considering the other person. And a relationship is not bad, but these are all the things you need to consider. Relationships require compromise and adjusting to a partner's need. When you single, there ain't no need to check in. Look at that right there. TLC. Yes. Get a shirt that say I don't check in. Everybody gonna ask you where it's at.
I want that too. Give me that one too, Tony.
You want like I said, get a women small. Look,
No, I need a bigger shirt than that.
if you suddenly decide to work until midnight, why am I going here?
Mm-hmm.
If you're single, that's the only way you're going to get promoted at your company. Once you get married, it makes it harder to get promoted. So if you suddenly decide to work until midnight or to take out or binge watch a new series, you can. No accommodations, no apologies. See, singlehood is desirable because you're the one in charge. What is this telling you? The opposite of that is when you get in a relationship, you're giving up being in charge of you.
Mm-hmm.
No one else is making the demands or telling you what to do. Here's a big one, guys. I'm not getting hurt. I'm not getting hurt. If you can't recover from hurt, if you can't recover from pain, stay single. Number 5, I'm steady. When I saw this, I said, oh my God, defining and forming of relationships can be an emotional roller coaster. And once formed, they can be challenges that cause stress and any number of problems that can pop up on any given day. Singlehood allows for a steady, peaceful way of living.
That's what I was doing the other day. I said peaceful. That was my response. Peaceful.
When they couldn't process it, it's like you were talking a foreign language.
Yeah.
No, how you really doing? That's what people in a relationship say. No, how you really doing? And when you repeat the same thing, nah, man, ain't nothing that good. How you really doing? We need to get you somebody because something wrong with you. We need to get you somebody. Number 6, I'm calm. The married people or people in the relationships are always calling you with emotional stuff. Why are they calling you around in TLC? This is why. This is why. Y'all don't have these emotional roller coasters, right? No one is giving you the silent treatment of unwelcome criticism. Y'all see that right now? Unwelcome criticism. When you're in a relationship, you ain't asked for the criticism. It just it's waiting on you as soon as you walk in. TLC. When I saw that, I said, oh my God, this thing said, when you're in a relationship, you're getting unwelcome criticism. So when TLC go up there, he done worked on his set, got his card, telling his joke. He ain't coming home to baby, you killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Told you not to wear that outfit. If you would have worn that with that lighting, it would have come across a little bit better. And why you didn't look at me when you were on the stage? I felt like you were trying to avoid seeing me. I wasn't laughing anyway, though.
And no, you ain't gonna get none tonight.
Y'all, now see?
That's why I'm single.
Right. Guys, we already went over number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Being single allows you to flirt and date to the extent that they want to, when they want to. The social and sexual freedom is not exclusive to singlehood, but many romantic partners prioritize monogamy and sexual fidelity, making the freedom to have casual relationships a standout feature for people who prefer being single. This is what I try to tell people all the time. Guys, I can talk to people who ain't ready for a relationship because this is what you're giving up. And this person has to be worth you giving it up. This is why when TLC made the whole sailboat thing, if your sailboat is currently embracing the wind and it's going forward and we're getting from destination to destination and the journey is smooth, get somebody else who's going to bring that to it. Because now, once you get into a romantic relationship, a lot of stuff you were doing is going to stop. Here's the big one, number 8. I can use my resources as I want. Along with time and energy. Energy is a limited resource. TLC, didn't you mention the word energy earlier on?
I do believe when I said two sails.
Two sails, right?
Yep.
Harness the energy, right? People who are single can choose how they want to spend their energy with more freedom than people in relationships. This man bought a shirt, guys. Y'all better get TLC DM to see where he can get that shirt from. This man gonna have him a screen printer in his house next time. Hey, Jeff, I can't do the podcast. I'm making shirts.
Yeah.
I can't do the podcast. I'm making shirts. To have fewer responsibilities, do not need to take care of someone else. They have fewer responsibilities, do not have a need, and they do not need to spend any energy maintaining a relationship or dealing with a romantic partner's problem. Oh my God, y'all got to understand, this dude preached. I'm excused from many undesirable activities. Mm-hmm. TLC, guys, if y'all go to his page, for all y'all that follow him, this man posted a picture. This man posted a picture of him at the lake. If y'all follow TLC, y'all saw it. This thing had me so depressed. Why did it have me depressed?
I don't know.
This man smiling ain't caught one fish. This man smiling ain't caught one fish. Hey, man, just decided to go to the lake today. I ain't catching nothing. But bro, I'm good. Now, if you're in a romantic relationship, go on a fishing trip and don't bring no fish back.
Who you with?
You better stop by Publix and get some fish from the seafood place. Because if you go home,
if you saw my thing, that's what I did.
yes,
Basically.
TLC went. Yes. TLC said, "Well, I ain't catch nothing." That dude went and got him some salmon. But I want y'all to go to his page and look at the smile on his face without catching nothing. Without catching nothing. That was what he chose to do. He's not doing any undesirable activities until he deals with couples and relationships. None of his stuff that he's doing desirable comes with people who are in relationships or who are not single. Number 10, I manage my eating. What did I tell y'all in a previous podcast? Whoever you choose, it better be somebody you want to eat, drink, and smoke with. You got to do 2 of the 3. One interesting advantage that some people identify with being single is the chance to regulate their eating. No need to conform to a partner's habits or preferences. Single people can diet or indulge without scrutiny.
Oh, damn.
I said, oh my God. You got people in relationships sneaking and eating.
Absolutely. Yes.
Lying about where they're eating at. Lying about where they're eating at. Can't even tell you. Right? Singlehood means freedom, guys. Singlehood means freedom. Hold on. That's what I want you guys to see. Freedom, right? One theme emerges, freedom. Singlehood removes the pressures that can come with romantic relationships, allowing people to live and strive for improvement without as many constraints as individuals whose lives are interdependent with a partner. Right? The different ways people experience singlehood and diverse reasons people are single create different potentials for their personal well-being. This is a topic that requires additional research. And that's why I'm telling y'all, this really going to be a part 2, right? This really going to be a part 2. Jump in there, Rhonda. Let me know what you're thinking. I think I picked out another article. I think I picked out another good article.
No, that was a great article. I enjoyed. I even wrote those down for myself, just as a reminder.
And it'll be in the description, guys. The link will be in the description.
Yeah, just as a reminder. Somebody when the guy try to holler like,
guys, those 10, y'all need to print those 10 off if you single. Because if you're not willing to give up, all that, stay single. Go ahead, Ron. I didn't mean to take over your
No, that's
time.
good. That's good. As many points in there, actually all of them. I can't even not name one of them. Like they all hit just right too. It's like I'm like, yeah, to all of this stuff because yeah. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. This said it all. Like this literally said it all. I get that having a person like to hang out with and to go out to the movies or the dinner or something like that with. But I also get, man, that's like to compete with this list right here. The man basically got to be Jesus walking on water. Even then, I'm gonna be like,
and I'm already taken.
Lord.
Yeah. TLC.
But no, it'll have to be it'll have to be something real good for that. But again, I'm just a big believer that a lot of times people will end up in a relationship because by a certain age they feel like they're supposed to be married and have kids. Like all these societal things that are just crazy.
Pressure from tradition.
Yeah, like I'm just like for what? But I get.
Why don't we get? Hold on, Rhonda. Why don't we get taught? Why don't we get shown articles like this? 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, when we getting into this thing.
The same reason they don't show us how to do taxes in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. We gotta learn geometry and stuff. Like who does? Like, but
man, again, ain't nobody using geometry.
Once you Americanize something, yeah, like that sounds about right. So it's right.
Guys, I'm telling you, man. TLC, what you think about that article, bro? Tell me where's the lie in that article.
Because it ain't one.
It's not a lie in the article. There's a certain amount of freedom that comes with being single, definitely. But everybody ain't good with freedom. I can say it. Some people need a little bit of boundaries in their life. Some people need some guys in their life. But if I guess you could go that route. You could go that route. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you do have to compromise if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody. But I think that's when you know you found, I wouldn't say the right person, but a person you could work with. When you look at a person like, man, if this was anybody else, I wouldn't even put up with this shit. I mean, I wouldn't put up
Yeah.
with their stuff.
Well,
I'm sorry. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't put up with this. But that's when you
Lord,
know it's like, okay,
Lord, you,
that's when you're at a
Lord.
point when you're willing to compromise and give up a little bit of your freedom. But if you're not ready to give up your freedom, you don't want to compromise anything, then yeah, you need to stay single.
Guys, if you read this list, why
Yeah.
don't I'm gonna give y'all a thought. Why don't both of y'all get together but stay single? Stay free. See, there's certain people who can become a priority. Y'all find somebody who's a priority, but y'all ain't in a formal relationship. Because what this article just said, what if I can get with somebody else who got this? We gonna end up together most of the time. Because we think in the same way. Right?
well,
And
for
y'all
legal
notice,
reasons, right? For legal reasons. That
but,
that
but,
could
but
be one reason.
y'all see what happened
If
to
you,
Tyreek Hill, didn't you? Y'all see what happened to Tyreek Hill?
mm-mm.
Tyreek Hill, his wife wouldn't sign a post-nuptial agreement, and his assistant went and filed divorce on his behalf. Everybody said Tyreek Hill getting divorced. So he had to remove the divorce because guess what? If she don't sign it, I ain't gonna stay with her. So
Oh,
they had a
No, but they
post-nuptial.
already married.
Yeah, so he
I don't.
filed for he didn't realize that his assistant went and filed for divorce, so he had to fire her. The
oh,
wife
he
is
didn't fire the wife. He kept the wife.
he kept the wife because they married. So they
Oh,
were working on a post-nuptial agreement, and I guess he said to the assistant, if she don't sign it, go ahead and file. We're gonna file the paperwork.
I don't know why a
but if he
person
wants
would
to be
want to
divorced,
sign a post-nuptial agreement.
especially if you're
You
making
can't
paper.
force them to do that at that point.
But he's at
Like,
a stage where you can try to null and void the marriage. There's a certain time you can try to get it null and void, TLC, and I think that's what
okay.
he's dealing with. And remember, I think
Mm.
this happened after that house got set on fire by one of them kids in there.
Hmm.
That's what see his house got caught on fire by one of
Right,
the kids,
right.
and I think that's what kind of triggered that. This is alleged. I don't know if that's why it is, but he was trying to get her to sign a post-nuptial agreement.
So he's got kids by this woman
I
that's
don't
his
know if he
current
got
wife.
kids. I know he has kids from a previous relationship. I don't know if she had kids, but one of them
Okay.
kids set his house on fire. I don't know if it was his kid or her kid, but they were in this post-nuptial agreement thing. And one
Must
of
have
the
been
things y'all
her.
gonna find is the reason why I sent y'all this, the reason why I showed this article, guys, is because you need to know what being single means. Because being in a relationship means the opposite.
Mm.
Being in a relationship means the opposite. When you look at this article, nothing in there is what y'all are doing if you're in a relationship. But you telling the single people something wrong with them. And this is why single people wear Taurus' shirt. Ain't nobody go get a shirt that says I'm married and I got it all together. Ain't nobody gonna ask you where you got it from because they know you're lying.
Absolutely.
They know you're
All
lying.
day.
So that's why I was saying that, TLC. So what you got to recognize, guys, is that being single is your most powerful time. It's your most influential time. That's what's going to be your legacy. It starts when you're single. It doesn't start once you get in a relationship. Because once you get in a relationship, you have to be about other people. And guys, relationships ain't all bad. Relationships just have so many more barriers you got to cross. Whereas in being single, you don't have to. TLC, what's your takeaway? What's your closing argument for tonight?
I mean, I think there's obviously benefits to being single and in a relationship. It's just about where you're at this point in life. I mean, if you're not ready to compromise with somebody, then 2024, you need to stay single. But, you know, if you meet the right person, they bring in the right energy to your life, go ahead and get out the game. Go ahead and do your thing.
Get out the game. Stop having fun. Get out the
Yes.
game. Look at what he said
Yeah.
as he wearing his shirt. Guys. Rhonda, what's your takeaway from tonight?
I can see whomever I want.
That's bruh. Ain't no
Like
limit.
alternatives. I love the calm. I love the focus. Listen, I get it. If you don't like being by yourself or want to be by yourself for whatever reason, I get it. If you don't want to stay single in 2024, but you're going to have to look at that reason. You got to look at why that is there and so present in your life, right? But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, go ahead on and get your ball and chain and handle your business if that's what you want to do. And then let that take you out instead of living a nice long life.
That's true. Notice, man, I'm telling you like this. And y'all know my takeaway. Y'all know my takeaway. It's actually pretty simple. Find you somebody you can be single with. Find you somebody you can be single with, because if both of y'all no.
Prison wives?
No, I said find you somebody you can be single with. TLC gonna go binge watch that now. TLC binge watching that right now.
It just came out.
He's still gonna binge watch. He gonna keep watching that one episode over and over.
Yeah.
Find you somebody that you can be single with. A relationship, guys, is based on tradition. Being single allows you to continue to stay relevant. You're not trying to hold on to something that didn't work from somebody else a generation ahead of you or 2 generations ahead of you. Find somebody who you can be single with. If you can meet another person who feels like that, y'all are naturally going to want to be around each other. Do not formalize it, because some of y'all are better at being single and having people who have priority in your life versus having a formal relationship. Okay? You got to do what works for you instead of doing what came across for the people ahead of you or the people, in a previous generation for you. But find somebody you can be single with. Because if I can find somebody I can be single with, we growing. TLC said it. I added another sail to my boat. Now I don't mind sharing that boat with you. But if I got all the stuff and now you're coming and all I did was just add more weight to my boat, the boat slowed down. The boat slowed down. You need to find somebody who's single. So like what TLC said in the beginning, I'm adding another sail to my boat. If you out on the water and you see a boat with 1 sail, you going to want the boat with 3 sails. Because what does the boat with 3 sails mean? Mean it's a lot bigger. Means you managing a lot more. Means you having a bigger life, a better life. If your boat got 3 sails on it, somebody else driving it. You just back enjoying the boat at that point. And man, y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. Man, I got to thank my panelists. TLC, we didn't say it in the beginning, but let them know where they can find you on the socials.
I'm on Instagram at TL Clayton #1.
Cool. Rhonda, tell them where they can find you on the socials.
RMB LMBT on Instagram.
Man, y'all do me a favor. Look below in the merch. Look below in the description. Get the merch. Support the channel. I'm at The Real Cigar Jeff. Facebook, Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. And of course, if you hadn't done it already, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. Y'all do me a favor. Get down in the comments, man. Share this with everybody. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, we gon' holler. Yeah.
It's your boy JB, live and direct to you. You know what it is. Like and subscribe to.